Hi again, everybody. John Boutet, Buffalo Sports Museum, with another segment of In the Vault. Today we're going to talk about bobbing head dolls, or knotters. Specifically, we're going to talk about the Bills ones. The first Bills bobbing head doll was released in 1960, 61 actually, was when they came out. 60 was when the AFL started. 61 is when the first Bills bobbing head doll came out. And these were these ones right here, showing the Bills wearing their original colors. For 1960 and 61, they wore royal blue and silver. And there was two different variations of this doll released. I didn't know this up until a couple of years ago when I found the other variation. But the AFL released two different versions of bobbin head dolls for the second year of the AFL. This one here says Bills on his chest and Buffalo on the base. And this one over here has a blank chest with Bills on the base. So two different varieties of that. Those are fantastic bobbin head dolls. If you can find those early 1961 AFL ones from any of the teams, especially the Bills, or the big money ones from that year, the Titans and the Raiders, and even the Los Angeles Chargers ones too. Those are big money. I mean, you're talking, the Bills one, several hundred, and the Raiders and Jets ones, Jets/Titans is what they were called at the day, but that'll run you $1,000 easy if they're in nice shape. The rest of the bobbin head dolls come from the 60s, mostly the 60s. This one here with the number 31 on it is the next hardest one to find. That one was produced, matter of fact, these were all produced in Japan. Japanese costs to make these back in the day were pennies on the dollar. And these were made of paper mache, very, very delicate. That's why these things don't show up in really good condition anymore. Through the years, they've gotten beat up, and like I said, all it takes is one little bump and it takes a chunk off it. So, but this number 31 one is a special one. For reasons known only to Ralph Wilson, the number 31 was not released to any player up until J.D. Williams in 1990 was the first player to be issued the number 31. And the reason being was Ralph wanted to keep one number for logos, promotional things that would signify the team and not one individual player. So for some reason, he chose 31, reason only known to Ralph. And nobody was issued that until 1990. One minor change to that in 1969, a player called Preston Riedlhuber played for the Bills. And in the first half, his jersey was torn. So during halftime in the locker room, Tony Marchetti, who was the Bills trainer/equipment manager of the day under Eddie Abramowski, issued him this number 31 jersey. So he did wear that for one half of a game in 1969. But for all intents and purposes, J.D. Williams is the first player to be issued that for a regular number. Getting back to the bobbleheads, these other bobbleheads, the AFL ones, especially rare. The NFL ones from 1969, 68, 69, even though the AFL was still in existence, the NFL took over all the licensing with the merger, which was begun in 1966. So that's why these dolls from the 60s are showing up with NFL logos on them. Very, very, very nice dolls, very attractive. This set right here, they're called kissing knotters. Very hard to find. cheerleader along with a player, and they're actually magnetized so that the girl's lips attach to the player's cheek. They can be removed, but the magnet keeps them together. So really, really great items from early in the American Football League and early in the Bills' existence. Very hard to find. Other Nodders released through the years. Here's a couple Sabres ones that released through the years. The Labatt's ones are a nice, affordable set for the Sabres, the French Connection. And this one here actually is a custom-made Sabres one. This was never officially released. But there's a great company out of Vancouver that does some vintage ones. That, you know, he charges a pretty good dollar for it, but great quality, super, super quality. Show you another one down here that he did. Buffalo Bison's one, Nodder head. And I'll walk you over here. I'll show you a couple other ones that he did for me. But these were never officially released. But back in the 90s, I had a man commissioned to do these. It's a nice Bob Kaufman one, which is beautiful, and then a nice Bob McAdoo. So, like I said, those weren't original to the 60s or 70s, but guy did a great job with them. And I'll show you one more Nodder. Even though there's so many to show, I'll show this one because it's a special one. When Labatt's did the promotion for their set of Sabres French Connection ones, they made a giant Gilbert Perrault one. And these were supposedly only a handful of these were made, and these were as raffle gifts to certain bars to give away. And this was a raffle item. You can see his head bobbles like that, but that's Gilbert. And the thing is so big, I'd love to get Gilbert to sign it, but it's so big anytime he appears in town that it's such a pain in the butt to move. So maybe one day I'll have Gilbert over and when he's in town and see if he can come on over and sign that. But hope you like the segment on bobbing head dolls, and also known as Nodders. So hope you like the segments. Happy New Year to everybody. 2021, let's hope it's better for everyone, and a safer year for everyone as well. Hope you like the segment. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Go Bills.